Well, welcome. Hey, this is going to be my first DIY and it's going to be on lash tinting. That's right, lash tinting. And there's a lot of videos out there, but you're going to get some tips from me, Kathleen, a seasoned esthetician of 32 years, and I used to lash tint in my business. And I also did lash extensions. So the safety of the eyes is the most important. So even though you're going to proceed with this video, if you're anxious to tint your eyelashes black or brown so that they show up better, you still have to be very, very careful. And I suggest that you see your eye doctor if you should have any current problems with your eyes. And even if you don't, go ahead and consult a doctor because you want to be safe. However, you also want to make sure you're the type before you proceed with this, that you can keep your lashes nice and still and not get nervous and twitch, and always have a safety bottle of water or do it by a sink that you can rinse out the eyes immediately should you get anything in the eyes. We all have DIYs on so many things, and that comes with disadvantages. It's your first time or second time. It takes a while to become proficient at this. I believe that my tips that I'm going to give as a seasoned esthetician will keep you safer. I think also that I do some things that other estheticians don't do, an extra step that's also going to keep you very safe on lash tinting. So I'm going to review this lash tint company today, Livia Tint Kit I received. I am not sponsored by this. I just decided to try it. It got good reviews on Amazon. However, this is a video for any lash tint you should choose because they all come with a developer and a few other items that you use during the lash tinting process. And some of them only come with the tint and the developer. So let's have fun. Let's talk about what we're going to do. Let's stay safe. And you will become more proficient at this. The reason why people tint their eyelashes, a lot of people can't wear mascara, and a lot of people are sensitive to mascaras. And then a lot of people are going on vacation and water sports that they definitely don't want to be wearing mascara. So this tints them nice and dark. It doesn't make them thicker. And some people get disappointed with that. It just simply makes them dark to show up. I love it because it makes your lashes show up even when you wake up. One of my favorite things. So let's get started. Let's do it. And let's keep you safe during this lash tinting video. Okay, like I said, I got the Livia Tint Kit for my eyelashes. You can use these for your brows as well. If you're going to do it on your eyelashes, I suggest to do it at your own risk because it is not the safest thing to do. I tell you this because I want to make you safer if you are going to attempt it at your own risk. There's also professionals that can do it very well, which you just lay there, close your eyes, and leave it up to them. So if you are sensitive around your eyes twitch, don't even attempt this. Use it for your brows, which you can get the brown if you want the brown, or it comes in black. So let me show you what you get. You get instructions, thank goodness. But because I've been an esthetician for, 32 years, and I've done a lot of lash tinting professionally, I will certainly show you how to do it my way. But this gives you the instructions. Very easy to do your brows. It also gives you a nice little mat that you can place on your countertop so you don't get your countertop with dye. That's lovely. I already put a towel down, as you can see, but I have ruined many towels and then I throw them away, or they can bleach out. This is the eyelash developer. This is the actual lash tint. That's a good amount. And this kit was less expensive than the Reflecticil, which I have used for many years. So I have never used this one. This is a nice little plastic, it looks like a spoon, but I will mix my ingredients in this. And this is especially for your brows, it's a brush that you can brush on your brows. But because I'm going to do my eyelashes, I won't be using it today, but I'll certainly keep it. It's nice. And then some eye pads because, let me see if I can get them out. Because this will get on your skin, but don't worry because it comes off very easily within an hour or two because of the oils in your skin. And so, but this is nice because it helps to protect that if you think you're going to be messy. But again, this is not something for everybody to do. Your brows, yes, that's pretty easy. And I'll show you a video on how to do that. This is your actual eyelashes. Okay, well, let's get started with all this. Okay, like I said, we're going to get started. And with the kit, I did realize that it's not something to put down on your countertop. It is to put gloves on your hands so you don't get it on your hands. I, of course, don't usually wear gloves, but you can certainly do that. This is kind of nice. I don't know if that would kind of hinder me on my hand movement. Let's see. I suppose not. I could try it. Like I said, if it gets on your skin, it doesn't stay on very long. Let's see. Am I looking in the right place? Yep. Now you can see I really look with all the harsh lights. Okay, so you can put these on, but I suggest, of course, before you do that, which I didn't think of, you're going to put your hair back because, goodness, you don't want to get anything in your hair. It's hair dye in case you have gray, blonde, or any kind of hair dye you don't want to mess with. And if this is kind of corny looking, that might distract you. So let me put the bow in the back. There. Not going to do it on my brows, just doing it on my lashes. Now, I did put some makeup on this morning before I was going to film this. So you're going to see some, maybe some eyeliner, not eyeliner, but some shadow I used to line. But I didn't put anything on my eyelashes. They're nice and clean. So put these on if you're afraid to get it on your hands or your manicure. And whoops, I'm going to have to take them off because you're also going to put your eye pads on. I think these are nice, but they were very hard to get to peel apart. My old hands, I guess. I'm still having trouble. I thought I got it ready for the camera. Like I said, I don't usually wear these, but that's nice for sure. And they give you two, but I might give up if I can't get this and just show you how to do it without it, because I'm just going to get it on my top eyelashes. Yeah, they make it kind of difficult here. Oops, it's coming off in pieces. There we go. Okay. This will help a little. Now, I got to reiterate once again, do this at your own risk. If you think at any time that you're going to flutter and you're going to get panicked or claustrophobic because you have to keep your eyes open, then, I mean, I can kind of blink when I do it, but we are just going to do it on the top lashes, and that is a safer way. So if you're going to try to attempt this, this is to make you safer. So remember this, there's professionals that do it if you are afraid at all. And this is considered brow tint and not eyelash tint. But this is what the professionals use to do your eyelashes. So as an esthetician, we do it. Now, like I said, I have everything ready that you can see below. I am ready to go. Look at this. I've got my water, and again, the bottle of water in case anything should happen. And I'm going to mix it, but I'll show you right now how I mix it. So you're just going to take your tint with the black and your lovely spoon, because you can put it in there. And you're just going to put a pea size. Oh goodness, how come it's not coming out? Here it comes. Boy, it comes out very slow. I'm not used to this brand. I'm used to the Reflectisil brand. The Reflectisil, oh, look, it's already kind of oozing out the top. Well, I'm trying this brand. Okay, I think I got enough in there, and you probably can't see it because it's black. About a good pea size. And now I'm going to take the white one, which is the Oxidant Gel. And this is how girls mix up your color. And I'm going to put that amount in. And I'm going to mix it up with the other end of my brow brush they gave. Let's mix it. I'm just going to mix it. Remember, if you think you need more, you can always mix more, because now that I see it in there, I probably need more. I usually do a pea size and that's enough. It's hard to see it with the black. I'm going to put a little bit more. Maybe that's why this is cheaper, because I think it's may not as much as Reflecticel or go as far, and it's very hard to get out. Uh-oh. You know, sometimes you get what you pay for too. Okay, so I'm going to continue mixing. You could see it on here. It's really gloppy. So it's going to come out like a paste on that. All right, see that? Okay. Here's how you do it on your clean eyelashes, because otherwise it just won't hold as well. This seems kind of bulky to me, but you could use it. Sometimes I will use, and I'll show you what I use. You can get it for, they're actually for nails. And that's why I do it in the bathroom, because you can easily clean up and get some other things that you need. I'm getting a brush that I like. It did come in a nail kit, but I use it for eyeliner. And this is more pointy. Okay, so I got it on there. I'm going to take a little off. I'm going to have about this much. That much. Okay, I'm going to, because it's hard to do it in a camera, so I'm going to do it in my magnifying mirror. And you're going to place it on the top. And you'll see that placing it on the top lid, don't worry about getting it on your eyelid. It'll just look like liner. And see the natural coat? When you're doing it professionally, you say like a Cupid doll, but your first time, don't get too much on. And believe it or not, I usually just stick right at the top. There you go. Okay, now let's do the other one. I'm very new at filming these kind of things. So let me know if I was in the way most of the time with my magnifying mirror, because I cannot see without that. And as you can see, I've got it all on there. If you're really good, you can attempt a little bit on the bottom, but I usually don't. Not even myself. This will keep you safer, and don't go underneath, because that just adds to problems. And this is what it looks like. And that's about it. Look how fast. If you want to use up the rest, let me see here. And I had more in there than I thought, because look at all on that brush. That could probably do somebody else's eyelashes too. So, okay, it did provide a lot. I'm going to look at my magnifying mirror. And it is a nice dark. That's what it looks like, how much. And down. Okay, let's put on the timer, and I'm going to time it for 10 minutes, and I'm going to walk around, but I'm going to leave my eyes open. See, you can see I'm blinking, and that's okay. I have a little bit of fumes, I call it, coming from this side. If you think that that's going to get to you, then you just gently kind of close, because remember, when you get it done by a professional, I said don't close, but if you can close without squinting, the biggest thing is you do not want to squint. So I try to walk around and not think about it. So, okay, I'll be back in 10. While I'm waiting, I forgot to show you, you can clean off all these brushes very easily, and then I put them in water, but I just wipe them off. This is the one I used for the brow tint, and I can use it again for my eyeshadow liner. I use this for eyeshadow, and then I put it up there so I don't use a harsh liner. And then I will finish washing it. And just keep your area clean. This also you can reuse, of course. You just clean it out. And this is good to have gloves for this part. It can get very messy. I put it down on my towel, not your countertop. And then I can wash that. And then seal up everything accordingly. This is the right tube for the oxidation gel. You put the white tube on. That's really a processor, like 10% or 20. This is the actual tint. Put on the right lid, clean it off, and you are prepared for the next step. I'm back. It's almost been 10 minutes, but I'm going to start my cleanup. So I did clean up some of my cotton balls and put my items back in the kit, along with the brush I've cleaned and the little scoop. And for next time, I've also got my rounds, my cotton rounds, in water, and I'm going to get ready to squeeze those out. I don't like using dry. The fibers get in your eyes, so I squeeze these out for the removal. But first, I have something they don't put in the kit instructions, and that's where, as a longtime esthetician, I'm going to show you, is the Q-tips. So I've got the Q-tips, and that's going to help prevent you getting it in your eye. And so here I go. I'm also going to wet the Q-tip part and pick up my magnifying, but I'm going to take it off as much as I can gently. See it come off on the Q-tip? And this helps prevent it squishing in your eye when you go to the next step. And this is something that even, I can get closer here, even estheticians forget to do. And you got it all there, so that's not going in your eye. And I put it on a piece of tissue because you don't want to get it on your countertop. And see, all that is preventing it to go in your eyes. You don't want that. And you don't want it sopping wet because you don't want it to drip with the dye into your eye. So do it, you don't want it drippy. If you're afraid you're going to make it drippy, then wet it a little so you don't get cotton fibers, and then tap it into your towel. And I'm going to go underneath too, because for some reason it gets underneath on its own. That's crazy because you saw me put it on and I did not. So see, there's a little something up there. I see how it's getting close, and I don't want it to get into my eye. And this is where you need a magnifying. And again, if you're nervous or you just can't do it, it's not for everyone to get it close to their eye and be able to work. But this is going to keep you safer. This step alone will help it a lot. And you can see how much I've taken off. Let's see. Okay, Now for your next step. Let's squeeze out your cotton pads. Remember, you don't want the water to mix with that dye. Gentle pressure. Don't squeeze or squint. Gentle. And I'm going to get another one. Don't be using the bad side that you already have dye on. Gentle. Not pressing, just gentle. And now you have most of it off, but you're going to do it again. It's hard. Again, it's hard for me to film. And I want to look in here, but I might be looking away from you. I even got more. And that's what you want to do, is not go away with you having some left in there and up in there. And you really want to look. So I'm going to look at my magnifying to see where I'm at. I can see a little bit in between the eyelashes here. Not sure you can see it. So I'm going to take another one. Squeeze out the water and go upwards. Oh, I got it. Get a clean spot. There you go. There you go. Now that I have it mostly off, I'm going to check. Looks really good. It does not make your eyelashes thicker, only tinted. Now I'm going to go in there with this. And I can hold up a towel, which I wasn't prepared for. Oh, thank goodness I'm in my bathroom. I like to do it in my bathroom because you're going to grab for things. You can do this. Now, this is also for emergencies, but I like to finish it off. You squeeze it out. This can get messy, so do it over a sink. And I have a bunch of these little microfiber cloths that I buy on Amazon. They're cheap, and I bleach them a lot, and then I do all sorts of things, and then I get new ones. Okay. And voila. Do I have anything underneath the eyes? Because sometimes that happens. My makeup got smeared that I put on earlier so I wouldn't look completely unrecognizable, but there you go. Oops, water's running down my nose. Up, down. It doesn't make them thick, but it tinted. Now, I would have to say, with this tint, I could have kept it on longer. And I kept it on 10 minutes. The Reflecticil, in 10 minutes, it's blacker than black. This one, being a little cheaper, the Livia Tint Kit, look, I got some on the kit, might require the full 15 to 20, which is harder to keep your eyes open. So this one, I would rate, I love the kit. It looked like it was going to be a dark color, but it takes longer, which might be a little bit more dangerous, but I like how you get everything with it. But I probably would only rate it a 7. However, the next time I will leave it on a little longer. But just because I wanted to go fast and grab a hold of that color, I rate it a 7. So I think it would be a good kit to buy for sure for the eyebrows. But I don't know if you could see this. I wish there was a little bit more black. It tinted it somewhat. So there you go. That's how you tint eyelashes. But I will come back and you get some of that reflective seal and show you that in 10 minutes it is really dark and lasts 6 weeks. So I'll let you know how long this lasts. Okay, thanks. I hope that helps. Oh, wait, let me show you how I clean up. You can put all your little accessories in your glove like I do at work. Here's everything I use. Look at that mess. And I like to bundle it up. Flip over your gloves. Flip over the other one. And you got it all contained. And then put it in a bag. You don't want that tint all over your bathroom. And there you go. You can be without mascara, especially in the summer, on a vacation, and just curl them or not curl them and wake up beautiful. I love things that I wake up beautiful. That's my most favorite part. So thanks. And we'll be back with more videos and hope this helps. And if you have any questions, put them below and we will talk about it. And if you've done it before on yourself and which kit you like, I would love to hear about that too. But please like and subscribe because that certainly is a free, we love the word free, way to support my channel. And I'll come back with more tips as a long-term 32-year esthetician. Thanks. And stay fabulous. And of course, eyelashes will keep you looking extra fabulous.